Hi, welcome back to How to Bank Real Money Fast using PLR. And I want to dive into the second point here. Now, the second way to make money fast with PLR is to create courses. Now, I'm going to give you a specific example here, but courses are huge, and you can create courses for so many different aspects, so many different areas. The example I'm going to use is going to focus on community colleges. I'm going to share one of my specific experiences with you, but I don't want you to limit this particular opportunity to just community colleges. If you want to get involved in creating courses and teaching courses, there are so many different ways you can do this through joint venture partners, through community organizations beyond colleges. I've already talked to them in point one, some of the other opportunities. So there's lots of ways out there to do it, but this community college example will set the stage for you, and you can figure out how else you might be able to apply it. Here is a picture of a local community college where I live, and I was able to monetize some course creation opportunities there in a few different ways, actually. So let me share that story with you. The first thing is this college paid me to create two different courses. Actually, there was a third course as well, but this specific example will focus on two. One was regarding basics of internet marketing for small businesses, and the second one was social media essentials for, well, anybody. And so the community college had a budget to actually get the course materials created, and they paid me by the hour to write the materials. So I sat at home and wrote up a bunch of stuff. Had I, known about how to get proper PLR at the time, I would have started with PLR. But anyway, I wrote it from scratch, and I got paid to build it. Then I delivered the content to the college, and they said, "Great, that looks awesome." We went back and forth a few times, and they said, "Now, can you come back and teach the course?" Well, of course, I said yes. I knew the content inside out, and their hourly wages were actually pretty good. So I went back and I taught the course, the social networking one. Actually, I ended up teaching it, I think, 6 or 7 different times. Each time I was paid healthily by the hour to do so. But at the same time, I made no special arrangements with that college to have exclusivity. So I took that content and put my name on it and changed it up a little bit, but then I resold the course as my own. And so here, from one little opportunity, I monetized 3 different times. And that's why I like courses so much, because the content can extend so far and so much wider than you might originally think about when you first get involved in this kind of thing. So let's talk about specifically the community college example, but again, you could extend this talk track that I'm on right now to so many other opportunities. How can you use PLR to get a meeting? Well, think about the community college example. There's usually 1 or 2 people that are in charge of new courses, the course curriculum, the students involved in each faculty, and so on. If you want to get a meeting with any of these people, they're very busy, so you need to be able to stand out and you need to show them that you're an expert. Well, imagine if you wanted to, let's even focus just on online marketing for now. You wanted to get in front of one of these people and say, "Hey, I've got 4 or 5 different topics dealing with online business, online usage that would be great for your students." Well, imagine being able to send them a whole bunch of content ahead of time. Well, with good PLR products, you can do that. You could take a PLR product, let's say you're talking about social media. We have one called Twitter Mastery, and you could send them literally the 5-day step-by-step guide. Put your name on it and say, "Here, this is how I teach people how to use Twitter." You got the screenshots. You could even include the videos if they want to see how the training gets done. And that immediately shows these people that you're serious, that you're a trainer and you do this stuff already. And you could even start teaching some of this stuff for free to your existing clients or to people on your list or people just to get some experience and show them footage. "Hey, here's me in action teaching this thing." So if you can send them stuff ahead of time, you're much more likely to get a meeting. Once you get a meeting, now you can start thinking about topics that they may want you to teach. A lot of the time, you're going to get that meeting. You'll go in and they'll say, "Okay, what do you have?" Or what do you think is a good opportunity? In other cases, they may say, "Hey, we need someone to teach Facebook, or we need somebody to teach this topic." Well, I just put up here a few different topics that I have already discussed with the 2 colleges in my town. I've actually taught a few different times, but things as simple as computer basics and internet security, right up to internet marketing or search engine optimization, Facebook usage. There was interest that hasn't been developed yet, but there's interest in consumer research. How can I use the internet to make sure I'm buying the best consumer products and not getting ripped off? And all of these things already exist online if you know where to find PLR to do that. So that's a really great place to start. Then if you do get hired, you get the opportunity to actually build something for them. You could be like I was and just sit there and literally write the whole thing, and it took me, a few days. I was paid by the hour, but only to a certain number of hours, and I probably could have maximized my time a little bit better had I started with some really good PLR. So let's use an example here. Let's say they wanted you to create a Facebook product. You could start with our product, Facing the Facebook Facts, and create using the guide that's included in this product. You could create a step-by-step or chapter-by-chapter overview of how to use Facebook, and it could literally explain to the student and the instructor how to teach it and how to use the material. Then, in a lot of cases, community colleges want the ability to teach courses remotely. So you could use the same product to include all the video training that comes with Facing the Facebook Facts. And this works out really well for community colleges because they have students that work independently, either at home or offline in satellite offices. And they could imagine this idea of taking all this content that you have already and sending it to them in a video course format that they watch ahead of time, and then at the end of the course they come to you for a single session where you tie it all together and you do an exam or something of that. But if you can imagine going to a community college and having all this content already made, all you have to do is kind of tailor it to your own liking and to make it look like it's your own company's. It makes it really easy to set up and to monetize. Now, just before we move on here, I just want to give you a secret ninja tip relating back to getting that first meeting. Here's one thing I did. I did it once with the two community colleges in my town. In one case, I had a personal referral. I knew somebody who was an instructor and they got me a meeting, and that's how I got in and created some courses. But the other school, I knew nobody, and I knew I had some stuff to share. So I actually I sent a handwritten envelope. I just found out who the coordinator was for that particular college, and I literally wrote it on hand, attention whoever, and they're a lot more interested in opening it than if it looks really formal and markety, right? So send them something handwritten like this, and on the inside, I literally just had a short typed out note saying, hey, I'd love to come in and speak to you at some point about these different topics. And sure enough, she took my meeting, and I went and got a meeting, and I've actually been asked to come back and teach 4 different times various courses. These were personal development courses, not internet marketing, but the idea is the same. You could use this to really monetize and to do it quickly. If you combine all the stuff I talked about with putting the courseware together with PLR, you've got a really cool example here. So that is the second way to monetize with PLR. And if you go to the next video, you'll see number 3.
I would like to thank you, Michelle, for creating a digital growth community in which helped me to finally quit my job after 2 months. I remember last October, during that time, my daughter was sick and she needs to bring in a doctor, right? I don't have any money, right? Even $40 I don't have my pocket. I need to borrow to my sister, and it really hurts me, right? And for me, this is really game changing, right? I tell myself I don't want to happen it again. And last November 2023, I discovered the digital growth community, and I get very excited. I find someone who is inside that community and I join. And yeah, after 2 months, last January 2024, I already go home. I quit my job because I'm working 10 to 12 hours per day in New Zealand. So it's totally life changing, and now I am here in family, And last January, I earned a total of $7,000, right, in just 1 month. And this month, March, I already earned almost $6,000, right? It's totally life changing. It's a huge money for me, and it's almost triple my salary in New Zealand, right? Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for this amazing opportunity. See you and bye.
Usually, I never double back. And you're probably somewhere happy, getting your life on track. Yeah. But when something's good, it's good, baby, that's a fact. Girl, I still have you.